Hey, what's up, gaming family? Sega Man back here with another video. And I was on the phone the other day with a friend of mine because we're all kind of stuck here in the houses. Unless you have to go out for like stuff you need like food and toiletries and different things like that. I hope everybody out there's being safe and being careful. You know what I mean? That's the most part that's important. But he was, my friend named Don, he was talking to me a lot about old game systems. He was looking them up, on eBay because he deals with eBay. I don't really deal with eBay too much. And he was like naming off all these systems. Like there was even some that I've heard of, and I was telling them they were from England. There's some of them from Japan and England that never made it to the States. You know what I mean? These were games that came out in the early 70s. You know what I mean? Really, really old, very old game systems. You know what I mean? So he started talking about the Atari Jaguar. So uh, we were getting into it about that and how some of the games for the Atari Jaguar today, I looked them up on Lukey Games, and sometimes you'll find them a little cheaper on Amazon, but they're very expensive. There's just certain ones they're just very expensive games. It's kind of expensive to collect for the Atari Jaguar. So what I'm going to do today is just show you my Atari Jaguar system and the games I have for it. Now I don't have a whole lot. You know what I mean? I got lucky and found some for a decent price. Back in the day, when you collect early, sometimes you can find uh, games on there for, a good price. You know what I mean? So we'll get into that. But I'm going to show you the system and the controller. The power pack and all the AV cables, you don't really need to see that. That's hooked up to my entertainment system down here, to my 4K TV down here. So, but I'm going to show you the system and the game. So let's get into it and talk about the Atari Jaguar. The Atari Jaguar, it was a failure. You know what I mean? In some ways, you know what I mean? I have a lot of love for the Atari Jaguar. Supposedly, it was the first 64-bit system, but I think if correct me if I'm wrong, historians out there with gaming, but I think if you added the CD peripheral to the top of it, the Jaguar CD included with this, I think it made it 64-bit. Now I'm not sure too much on that part, but they were saying that it was the first 64-bit system, but the media and people questioned that. You know what I mean? I think it might have been more of a maybe a 32-bit. I'm not sure. But on the front of it, I'll show you here in a minute. This is actually the system. This is the Atari Jaguar system, and down the bottom of it, it tells you 64-bit interactive multimedia system. So I guess the multimedia means when you can add the peripheral on top, the Jaguar CD, which I looked that up, and that CD by itself is $1,100, way more than what this costs. You know what I mean? And these are currently unavailable on Lukey Games, the Atari Jaguar. It's a very sought after system because you can probably find them, on Amazon and eBay, but you got to make sure they work and they come with everything. You know what I mean? And the slick part about this system is this system will not turn on unless you have a game inside of it. Which is really cool. You know what I mean? I think so. But this is what it looks like. I think it's a pretty cool, sleek look with the little Jaguar right there, Atari right here, and right here when you turn that on, the little red button will come on, and that's how you know that the game is on. But if you think about it, kind of looks like a spaceship that would be in Star Trek. You know what I mean? Like a slick Star Trek uh, Enterprise, like a futuristic Enterprise. That's what it kind of looks like. So I do like the look actually of the Atari Jaguar. You know what I mean? And that's the back, not really much to see. And then right there is where you hook everything up at that you need to play the system. But I'm very glad to own this. You know what I mean? And this system was actually Atari Corporation, you know, Sunnyvale, California, USA. So it was made here. You know what I mean? So, but it is an awesome system. If you can buy one, guys, at a cheap price. I highly recommend an Atari Jaguar if you want to become a collector like I am, and you want to try all different types of systems that just quite didn't make it in the gaming world. You know what I mean? I think the Sega Saturn and all that drink, I think it overshined it. This, but Atari, they just kept fighting and kicking, and they wanted to stay in the in the gaming business, in the gaming realm of gaming back in those days. You know what I mean? So, but it is an actually cool system to own if you can if you can find one, like I said, that's in working condition. But this one absolutely works. So I'll show you the controller here real quick. Now this is the controller right here. It has the buttons on it, and I'll show you. I think one of my games has the buttons menu on it, where you actually slip it into here, and it tells you the directions of different types of games and functions that it does for that game. But yeah, the controller is kind of a little weird looking. You know what I mean? But I kind of like it. You know what I mean? But it has looks like a calculator button part on the front here. You know what I mean? So it has like a telephone actually. Like the dash and the star button. You know what I mean? So that's what the controller looks like for the Atari Jaguar. Red buttons up top. Then you have the power button and the option button, and you have a B and C, kind of like what the old Genesis controller would have on it, and it has Atari etched into the top. You know what I mean? Then on the back, the serial number, and then the little Atari symbol there on the back. So, and it's actually shaped kind of like a Genesis controller. That you put in the Genesis. You know what I mean? Kind of shaped like that. So, but that's what it looks like. You know what I mean? It's really cool to hold in your hands. It's not too bad to hold in your hands. It is comfortable. You know what I mean? Which is cool. And these are the loose cart games I have for it. So I'm going to show you all the loose cart games I have for it first. And the first one I'm going to show you, which actually costed me $20, actually $10 when I did a trade at my local exchange because I used some money off on it. And it is actually Doom for the Atari Jaguar. Um, this port of Doom on the Atari Jaguar, to tell you the truth, it's really not that bad. I thought it was pretty good. You know what I mean? It's really not bad at all. I think the Alien vs Predator game, or the Alien game that was on Atari Jaguar, was a little better, but this is actually pretty good. But yeah, I got it for that, around $10 with my trade. So I wanted to own Doom, on Atari Jaguar because I heard mixed reviews about it and I wanted to see myself. So it's actually pretty good. Another common game that you can actually find for the Atari Jaguar that's actually really cheap in price. You can probably find this game for like $5, and it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's not good. It's in between. You know what I mean? But I kind of enjoyed it, and it's called Cybermorph. You can find that for the Atari Jaguar. It has the handle thing up here, which is cool. They were trying to be innovative with everything, the system, the way the cartridge looked, and everything. But that's how you put it in right there. But that's pretty cool. I like that design. Another one you can find, it used to be cheap in price, is Checkered Flag. Now, this is not that great of a racing game, but it's more a lot of like polygon, very polygon, like heavy, kind of like virtual racing, on a 32X. And that's, yeah, Checkered Flag. Found that for not a bad price. That's another one I own. Another one here, which is actually not that bad. I don't know, I think it's around $20 now. It's Iron Soldier. It was a really well-known game for the Atari Jaguar. Iron Soldier, kind of like a mech game. You walk around in this virtual world, destroying enemies and things like that. And it was pretty decent. It wasn't that bad. So if you like mech games, that might be one you might want to check out for your Atari Jaguar if you get one. The next one here is called Dino Dudes. Now I found this pretty cheap. I kind of tried to get into it. It kind of reminds me of kind of almost like a Lemmings game in a way. But Dino Dudes, I found that pretty cheap for the Atari Jaguar. Anything I could find, for a good price, I picked it up. Rather it might not be that interesting or not. Like I said, I'm a collector, and it's not really all that bad. So that's called Dino Dudes. Another one we got here is called Drive Club. Now, this is a lot of people didn't like this game. It's another kind of like polygon type game. It's called Club Drive. You know what I mean? Club Drive. That's another one for the Atari Jaguar. Um, it's not that bad. You know what I mean? You can't expect these old school games to look like Forza, today. You know what I mean? For what they can do with software back then, that's what you got. So it wasn't that bad. So that's another one I added to the collection. Now this one here is called Hover Strike. Okay, now Hover Strike is actually in the box, and I got this from a friend for Christmas one year, and that's what the artwork looks like. That's the Atari Jaguar game box right there. And I'm going to open it up for you real quick. And I'm going to show you, I think this one has it in there where it has the button thing that goes on the controller. This is what it looks like. It looks like this. All right. It has all the different functions that you use, for when you play the game. So I'm going to actually put it in the controller and show you real quick. You just take it and you slip it in the little slots that are on this side of and the thing about this though is you had to watch putting these in, because if you don't put them in right, you can actually break the little things that go inside there. But when you put it inside there, that's what it looks like. See if you can get a closer up look of that. But that's what it looks like. It sits in the controller, which is really cool. And each button is something like launch, lock on missile, launch missile, music, reset. You know what I mean? For at the time, I think it was kind of innovative for what Atari tried to do with the Atari Jaguar. So that's really cool. It is really hard to actually find Atari Jaguar games with this, because some of those games you might find a cartridge, but some of them might really require for you to have this on there so you can figure out the game. And that's kind of a little bit of a setback there, but that's the box, and that's the game. So, but I wanted to show you guys real quick what that looks like, and it came with everything, the book, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But that's what that looks like complete, when you can find them that complete. That's what I'm talking about. When you try to find these games complete in a box with everything in it, it's going to be a lot of money, man. I've seen some for freaking $50, $60, $70. I even seen some games over $100 for the Atari Jaguar. So, another one I got lucky at when I went to my exchange is called Kasumi Ninja. This is a really cool game. This is their version of a Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? It's a little cheesy, but I kind of enjoyed it because they have their own little fighting styles and different special moves. So this is Kasumi Ninja for the Atari Jaguar. And at the bottom, you can see it real well. You're probably going to see it real well in my camera. I'm recording from my laptop today, so hopefully when I load it up to YouTube, it won't come out gritty. You know what I mean? I worry about that sometimes. But that's what it looks like right there. And then on the back, it shows you a little description of the game and some of the characters that are in the fighting game, Kasumi Ninja. Now, the last one I have here is called I War. Now, this is another heavy polygon, game, shooter game. You know what I mean? It is in the box. You know what I mean? But that's it right there. I War. And it's really not that bad. You know what I mean? You have to immerse yourself in learning and knowing about a game before you judge it. Even today, a lot of people don't even play the games that are out here today for any system, and they just judge it right away. You know what I mean? The right way is to play it and then judge it, not say it's trash and you never played it before. That's the most ridiculous thing ever that's going on right now in the gaming community. But this is the back of it. You know, you can see a little bit of what it looks like, kinda, and then like I showed you the front of it. But I just wanted to do this quick video about the Atari Jaguar. My friend, he just kept going on and on about it. I don't know if he's going to think about trying to find one, pick it up, you know, make sure it has all the things that come with it. You know what I mean? But we just been researching, you know, talking on the phone, researching and talking about old school game systems and stuff like that. Some new stuff, but we're mostly old school gamers. You know what I mean? He's not a collector like I am. He has a couple things, but he always calls me for advice all the time when it comes to games. You know what I mean? Because I can tell him what's good, what I think might be good. You know what I mean? He can go on that. You know what I mean? But he always calls me for gaming advice because I've been doing this for over 20 years. So 20 years or more. You know what I mean? So, but I just want to do a quick video on the Atari Jaguar. Atari Jaguar to me needs more love. You know what I mean? Be cool if they could make like an Atari Jaguar Mini, you know, and maybe do something cool with it, like try to do a little bit of up flashy graphics where you can switch it to that and back to classic. You know, that would be cool. You know what I mean, if they could do that. But I wanted to share that with you guys today. You know what I mean? I hope everybody's safe out there. A lot more people are online playing games and just you know, taking, you know, waiting for the time to go by. You know what I mean? Stay positive, guys. Stay positive, stay safe, and have faith. All right. This is Sega Man. Hope you guys enjoy the week. Won't be doing pickup videos for a while because there ain't going to be nothing open. So I'll be doing videos on Sega Man reviews coming up sometime this week and probably some more game systems. But I do appreciate you guys subscribing and leaving your comment sections below in the bottom description of my channel. You know, I really appreciate that, guys. And you guys stay safe and healthy. All right. Xbox for life for me. Peace and love. Later.